Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing good. For today, we'll be tearing apart the JBL Boombox 4. We're talking about internal components, build quality, and everything JBL packed inside the speaker. Nothing stay hidden. So if you ever wonder what power all this sound, stick around, because we're tearing it all the way down. First off, we'll begin by removing the outer fabric body cover. We'll start at the front edge and gently pry it upward. Once the front section is lifted, you'll find 4 screws securing the rear portion of the cover to the main housing. After removing these screws, the entire cover can be carefully pried off. Here's the outer shell. It features the iconic JBL logo on the front, along with the integrated LED battery indicator. The material felt durable and consistent with the rugged design JBL is known for, including its IP-rated waterproof and dustproof construction. Next, we'll place the speaker on its side and remove 2 screws from the bottom to reveal the battery compartment. Once the cover is pried off, the battery can now be pulled out. And here we have the battery pack. This battery pack is model FG6Cell2100-2H. A 21.6 volt lithium-ion battery with a capacity of 4,584 mAh. Now in real use, this thing can power the speaker for roughly around 24 to even 30 plus hours, depending on how loud you're pushing it and how much you're using those lights. And when it does run out, a full charge only takes about 3 hours, which is pretty solid for a battery this size. And here's the rubber cover. It actually seems to be reinforced from the inside with a metal plate, which adds even more durability. Alright, next up, we're pulling out the woofer. Each one is held in place by 6 screws, so we're going ahead and remove those first. Once they're out, you can carefully lift the woofer out of the housing. Now, these are 123mm driver, each rated about 60 watts RMS, which is pretty powerful. And here's the interesting part. When you plug in the speaker into the AC power, the output can bump up to around 65 watts, thanks to the extra power headroom. Now moving on, let's check out the tweeters. Each one is held in place by 4 screws, so we'll go ahead and take those out. Once they're free, we can lift them out and take a closer look. These are 20mm tweeters, and they're responsible for all those crisp, high frequency. They rate about 40 watts RMS, and they're tuned to stay clear and sharp, even when you got the high volume crank all the way up. So while the woofer handles the punch, these are what give the sound that clear detail. Next, let's flip the speaker around to the back. Back here, we're going to remove the charging port assembly. It's held on by 4 screws, so we'll go ahead and take those out. Once it's free, we can see that this module includes both the AC power input and the USB-C port for charging your devices. Now, one change you might notice is that there's no more 3.5mm aux input on this model. But in place, JBL added audio over USB-C, including support for lossless audio, which is a nice upgrade. On top of that, the USB-C port can also charge your phone, so you're not losing any functionality here. Now let's take a look at the racetrack style passive radiator. It's held in place by 6 screws, but we can only access 5 of them for now, since one is hidden beneath the handle. So before we can fully remove the passive radiator, we'll need to take off the handle first. Before that, we'll move to the side passive radiator. To remove the outer bump cap, we'll take out 2 screws and gently pry it off. Right away, you can tell this bumper isn't just cosmetic, it's been beefed up compared to the Boombox 3. That extra reinforcement is here to better protect the passive radiator, especially during drops or rough handling. The passive radiator assembly is attached to the enclosure and cell for acoustic performance. To remove it, we'll take out 8 screws around the housing. Here's the side passive radiator. The border around the JBL logo is translucent, allowing lights to pass through. Mounted inside this enclosure is a small RGB light board, secured with 2 screws. This is what creates those lightning effect you see shining through the JBL logo, giving it that signature look when the speaker is powering on. Next, we'll remove the LED indicator panel by taking out 2 screws. This small board contains multiple LEDs used to display useful information such as battery level and charging status. Now we'll remove the internal power supply module. We'll start by removing 4 screws, then carefully lifting it out. This module regulates incoming power and distributes it to the system, including battery charging and internal components. Overall, it's capable of delivering over 200 watts of power to keep everything running at full performance. Next, we'll remove the handlebar assembly. This requires removing 10 screws. Once detached, we can see the handlebar structure along with the integrated silicone control button, which provide tactile feedback and maintain the speaker water resistance. The main control board for this button is integrated into the housing, so we'll leave that in place. Next up, we can remove the motherboard. It's held in place by 3 screws, 2 on the side and 1 that is secure from the inside. Once all 3 are out, we're not done yet. We need to carefully disconnect all the ribbon, cable, and wire connection first. Take your time here, this is where you don't want to rush anything. After everything is unplugged, the motherboard can be gently slid out of the enclosure. Here's the main motherboard, the brain of the entire speaker. This is where everything comes together. It houses the Bluetooth module, the DSP or digital signal processing system, the amplifier, circuitry, and the overall power management system. So basically every bit of sound processing and control run through this single board. It is also compatible with the JBL portable app and support Auracast, which allows for expanded wireless audio connectivity with additional JBL Boombox 4. Now that the handle is off, we can finally go back and remove that last hidden screw for the racetrack style passive radiator. This racetrack passive radiator works alongside the 2-side passive radiator to push out those deep low-end frequency, basically helping the speaker produce that powerful bass that really makes it hit harder and feel more full. Finally, here we have the battery connector board. It's held in place with 2 screws and adhesive, so it stays firmly locked down inside the enclosure. This board acts as the bridge between the battery pack and the main system, making sure power is delivered safely and consistently throughout the speaker. And that wraps up the teardown of the JBL Boombox 4. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Boombox 4 design and construction? And how do you think it compares to the Boombox 3? Please share your thoughts with everyone else in the comment below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because more speaker teardown are coming soon.